if you're struggling with your contact when you're chipping and pitching, too many fat shots, too many thin shots, this may well be the reason for you. I've got for you such a simple exercise that you can do to improve your short game. Make sure to check out this video. So just a little long on that shot. But the exercise is the really important one. I'm going to hit a few at it. What I've got here is a 30-yard pitch, but this tip would also work with what I'd class as chipping. So whether we're talking about chip and run or whether we're talking about a short pitch shot, you couldn't do this drill probably beyond around 40 yards or so. But the feeling that you're going to get with it is still going to help you actually into those slightly longer pitches, whether you're even struggling with the 50, 60 yard. Most people I find when they're struggling with their short game, it tends to be the shorter ones. On shots like I've got here, so 30 yards to the pin, I've got a bunker to go over and a quick green to hit at. They're the ones that tend to worry the most golfers when they're struggling with heavies and thin strikes. So what you'll have seen me do there is a step over exercise. So I pointed my lead foot at the golf ball, but actually just, if anything, slightly behind the golf ball, because then I'm going to step my trail foot over my lead foot, so a cross-legged drill. What this is going to stop is the dipping. Most people, when they're struggling with contact on the short game, I see this, well, let's do it from here first. I tend to see the knees sink down towards the golf ball. Now they're very likely to be hitting the ground. Sometimes they chicken out of it by leaning back or pulling their arms inwards, and the result is the opposite. They top it or thin it. But generally it's because they're worried about catching the ground first, and they're going to catch the ground because of this sinking movement with their knees. So the one leg over the other is great at trying to feel like you maintain your height, maintain your level, stay tall. As I said, it takes out this movement here, sinking with the knees. The other thing it's going to help me do is actually start to utilize the loft and the bounce of the golf club. So when I'm hitting a pitch in particular, which I was doing here, I would love the club to almost be straight up. So I almost want the club to catch up to the handle to mean that I've got all the loft and I've got the bounce of the golf club as well, getting that club to glide or skim. What we really want to take out is a lot of excess shaft lean on a bog standard pitch shot. Unless we're off a really hard, tight lie, into a wind, try and hit it low on a normal pitch, we actually want to return with minimal shaft lean, which is this position here. We do want some with our irons, absolutely. When we're pitching, when in bunker play, when we want to use the loft, we actually want minimal shaft lean. Most are de-lofting the golf club too much and have the hands too far forwards. But when I'm doing this exercise, it's giving me the feeling that I can't drive my hands forwards, because then again I'm going to lose my balance with the step over drill here. So I'm almost having to get the feeling of not only maintaining my height, but letting the club catch up with my hands. So you'll see by the time I get towards impact, the shaft is more or less straight up. I'm not as much forward. So I'm almost getting that feeling of staying tall and allowing the club to catch up with my hands, which to you may feel like you're throwing the club. Okay, you can see it starts to pass my hands here, but at impact I'm about level. Most people, when they're struggling, are having their hands too far forwards in pitch shots, okay? So let me hit just a couple. Lead foot pointing just behind the golf ball, trail foot stepping over. I'm going to stay tall, and I'm going to feel like that club catches up with my hands. It's a good one to work on your balance as well. Definitely take that just a couple of feet from the pin. What is it, 2 yards long, 6 foot? I'd definitely take that. You'll see on the way through there, the club is a lot higher than my hands. So I'm getting the feeling the club is catching up with my hands. And hopefully you'll have seen also from the face on camera that I've maintained my levels. There wasn't this sinking of knees, dipping and head, okay? Maintain height, let the club catch up with hands. I caught the ground early there, okay? Definitely hit the mat before the ball, but it doesn't matter if we're shallow, if we're using the loft and using the bounce, which I did. You know, so actually it's my closest shot to the target. It's only I can't quite see how far, 1 foot, 1.5 foot, oh, so sorry, 5 foot 2 inches from the pin. It was 1.5 yards left of target. So very, very close, definitely take 5 foot from a 30-yard pitch shot. And all I was focusing on was maintaining height and using the bounce of the golf club. And I definitely used that bounce. I caught the ground early. Well, you wouldn't know, because actually that's what the club's designed to do. It's designed to glide or skim. We don't want it digging in. Let's just finish with one last one, see if I can get it closer than 5 foot. Lead foot just behind the golf ball, trail foot to step over, starting with my hands about level, okay? I'm trying to feel like I maintain my levels and I allow that club to catch up with my hands. Oh, it might be a little short. Might be a little short. It was bang on line, but actually short of target there. That was frustrating. I might have to hit one more. Never finish on a bad one, eh? So lead foot slightly behind the ball, trail foot over. Just a little bit more speed needed, I think. I was happy with the contact. There we go. Might be slightly the opposite and a little long. But a lot of good pitch shots there. A lot of good contacts, a lot of height as well created. You know, I'm not driving my handle forward. Such a simple exercise that you could do at home with airflow balls, you could do on the practice area, you could do when it's quiet on the golf course, just to get that feeling. Definitely look on video. From the face on camera, start to see if there's a lot of this knee dipping or the knees driving too much towards the target. When the knees drive too much towards the target, the upper body tends to tilt back and we look all a little bit out of aim and alignment. And if you're struggling creating height and stopping power, definitely look at this part. Where is your handle in relation to the club head by the time you strike the ball? Likelihood is too far forwards, taking too much loft off the golf club, and that's taking the bounce off, so you haven't got that margin of error. You can't get away with the slightly heavy one because it digs, fat shot. So the result, and I'd leave it short, obviously, in the bunker. Give it a go, post some comments below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up, share it with as many golfers as you can, and don't forget to subscribe for me. It's your best way of showing support for my channel, at least 2 instructional videos a week. Right now, YouTube are suggesting the next video of mine that you should watch that's relevant for you, and it's right here.